and welcome to Call to Wisdom, the YouTube channel dedicated to bringing you the wisdom of God so that you can skillfully live the life you're created to live. As a quick recap, last week we started in chapter 1 of Proverbs, in which we discussed what does a wise person look like and what qualities do they possess. We reviewed last week that a wise person is able to know wisdom, able to receive wisdom, and is able to give wisdom. Last week we unpacked the ability to know wisdom, and this week we're going to dive headfirst into what it means to receive wisdom. So are you ready? Let's go. So the second quality a wise person possesses is the ability to receive wisdom. Today we're unpacking a verse from Proverbs chapter 1, verse 3. I'm going to read it as follows before we get going. To receive instruction in wise dealing, in righteousness, justice, and equity. So, a wise person is able to not just know wisdom for themselves, but they are also able to be taught wisdom from other people. Whether that's from a teacher, from somebody who has lived a bit more than yourself, or somebody who simply has different experiences than yourself, you are able to learn from them. When you receive rebukes or corrections of any kind, do you take it sensitively or do you apply it to your life? A good way to paraphrase this verse, or what we're talking about today, is third question. Are you teachable? So who is a teachable person? Someone who is teachable is somebody who is dedicated to learning about any given topic, including themselves. Someone who is teachable is able to, desiring to, and ready to learn about anything, anywhere, and from any given source. And so if you desire to be wise, you desire to be teachable. Today's video is going to be giving you 4 different habits that will help you to implement an attitude of being teachable in your life and thus become all the more wise. But before we get into the 5 habits of becoming more teachable, there is one thing that I really need to disclose to you before we begin. Clothe yourselves, all of you, with humility toward one another, for God opposes the proud, but gives grace to the humble. The number one enemy and your number one obstacle for becoming a more teachable person is your pride. Pride puffs up. It deceives you into thinking that you already know all the answers, that you're already better than that person, so why do I need to learn from them? It tricks you into thinking that you already are wise, and that it is your downfall. The moment you believe that is the moment that you are no longer teachable and you are no longer wise. And so, clothe yourself in humility and become teachable. Learn from others and become all the more wise. And now that that's out of the way, let's begin. The first habit I'm going to give you today that you could be working on to improve your teachability is this. Have an accurate view and understanding of your strengths and your weaknesses. In other words, get out that mirror and look at yourself honestly. What are you good at and what are you bad at? Where can you improve yourself? A really great way of doing this is by asking close family and friends to give you honest feedback. Ask them to tell you what you can't see, because we all have blind spots and think we're doing really well when we really aren't. And that's perfectly okay. They can help you see those blind spots. Make sure it's a safe environment and let them know that you want to grow, you want to learn, and don't get upset when they tell you something you don't want to hear, because most likely you need to hear it. Another great way of becoming aware of yourself is admitting when you fail. You're human. Everybody makes mistakes. Accepting your failures is where you become teachable. That's where you really grow and learn and improve upon yourself. Being aware that you aren't perfect is the first step to becoming wise. The next habit of becoming a more teachable person, I'm actually going to start with a verse from Proverbs 26. It reads as follows. Do you see a man who is wise in his own eyes? There is more hope for a fool than for him. The point I'm trying to make here is that you need to have a learner's mindset, a beginner's attitude, because the point is The moment that you think that you are wise and that you already know something is the moment that you stop learning and are no longer wise. A really dominant theme all throughout the book of Proverbs is that a wise person wants to continue learning until the moment they die. Every day is a new experience. Every day is a new opportunity. And so, how can you do this? How can you have this beginner's mindset? Well, stop thinking that you know something. There's always room for improvement. A really great way to put this into practice is by practicing listening rather than talking. If you are listening, that means you're gathering new information. You are observing what others are doing around you, and thus you are having a teachable spirit about you. The moment, though, that you are doing more talking and listening is you saying, I know it, I know more than you, and you are no longer willing to learn from others, and you are no longer teachable. The third habit that you can implement so to become a more teachable person is the art of seeking out advice from others. The fact of the matter is, everyone has different lives and has accumulated different experiences from many different paths of life. If you are a teachable person, you will be open, and not just open, but seeking out the wisdom that other people have. You'll be asking them to share it with you. And not only that, but you will be asking others and giving them permission to be speaking into your life as well. To be speaking truths to you, to be speaking their wisdom to you, and you speaking it to them. And so, a really great way to become a more teachable person is by literally seeking out and asking others to share their lives with you. The fourth and the final habit that you can implement today for the sake of becoming a more teachable person is this. Learn to take criticism well. And not just well, take it as a blessing. The truth of the matter is, every healthy relationship has confrontation. It's really difficult to take correction and criticism and confrontation at the time. But understand that somebody who's wise, somebody who is teachable, will always be looking for opportunities to grow. And so, tear down those walls. Allow yourself to be moldable. Allow yourself to be teachable by allowing others to speak into your life. Rather, invite it. Go and seek it. Obviously there's a right time and place, but don't be defensive. But allow others to have that freedom to speak to you. In which case, understand this as well. If somebody is taking the time to sit down with you and tell you that there's a better way of doing something, that means that they actually care about you. They're not trying to attack you, they're trying to help you. And so, understand that it's in your best interest. And so, do your best to take that correction, to take that criticism, and apply it to yourself so to better improve yourself. Because the truth is, you have blind spots. They see what you don't see. And so, allowing them to speak into your life will help you to improve the places that you might never ever know need to even be improved in the first place. And so those are the 4 habits that will help you today to become a more teachable and more wise person. I hope you enjoyed the video. Next time, we'll be talking about the quality of giving wisdom. And so, if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. And until next time, go everybody, live wisely.